What's up, YouTube? My name is Jeremy Biggers, an artist based out of Dallas, Texas. And recently, I, like many of you, bought an Oculus because apparently I just follow the trends that are on social media. And the first thing that I noticed after taking it out of the box is just how nicely packaged this thing is. Literally the only reason I bought an Oculus was so that I could play King Spray. It's a spray painting game in which you can go to all these different locations and actually spray paint. And I wanted to see how realistic the spray painting in this virtual world was to actually spray painting in real life. One of the first things I noticed was just how quickly your brain believes that you're in this space. The Oculus is set up really, really well. It's really cool. And to be able to look around and have everything react in real time, your brain really feels like you're on a rooftop. So once I got into the game, I started just laying down some marks to see how accurate it was to actually painting with spray paint in real life. And it's pretty accurate. Like the reaction time is pretty accurate. The can pressure and all of those things is pretty accurate. Obviously it's a video game, so it's not gonna be exactly the same. You can't rest your hand on an imaginary wall that you see in front of you like you can with a real wall. But other than that, and a couple of the little, wrist flicks and things of that sort that you'd be able to do with an actual can, you can't do in the game, but almost everything else is pretty accurate. So I went in here and I tried to play with using a stencil. I will say that getting your sketches or your stencils into the Stencil Library here on the app is the most cumbersome and ridiculous thing that I've ever had to do. It's so moody, it's so particular. No one on anywhere online that I was able to find could give me any information on how to actually do it. So maybe I'll make a video about how to actually do that later, as well as I didn't know that you could resize the stencil once it was up on the wall. So that's why my composition for this particular piece is just absolutely pitiful. I would have taken up a lot more space on the wall had I known how to make the stencil bigger, or that I could make the stencil bigger. Very little information online that tells you how to do things. You basically have to either reach out to forums or figure things out on your own. I would say this game is maybe 85 to 90% accurate to how it actually feels to paint with spray paint. So if you've ever spray painted before, the learning curve is not going to be as steep as it would be if if you're a person that's never painted before. But I would recommend this for someone who wanted to get into spray painting. Spray painting can be kind of cost prohibitive and kind of really expensive. Not to say that this $300, $400 Oculus isn't expensive, but if you have an Oculus already and you've been wanting to get into spray painting, this is definitely a way to test the waters and see if this is something you'd actually be interested in doing. There's pros and cons to painting in real life versus painting digitally. This game, there are no undos, so whatever you put down, whether it's an accident or not, just like in real life, you have to fix it. That's pretty cool, or sucks, depending on how you want to look at it. I did like the fact that, in real life, if you are working on a can or a color, you have to keep bending down and reaching for those colors. Here, you have it right there in your fingertips. You can change the colors right there at your fingertips. You can change the can pressure, which you can't do in real life, right there at, on the controller. So all in all, I thought it was a cool little substitute. It's definitely something that I'll be revisiting and something that I'll be doing a lot more of. I love the fact that, I can do this in the safety of my home or my studio at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's a little bit more sketch to be outside doing a mural at 4 or 5 in the morning. And you don't have to worry about weather. You don't have to worry about wind. You don't have to worry about, it being too cold, too hot. Like I said, it's a good supplement. I wouldn't say that it replaces painting murals outside by any stretch, but it definitely is something that if you're in the NFT space or just wanting to create digitally, it's definitely something that would be cool to have in your arsenal. So again, you know, here at the end, I apologize for how shit this composition is. Going forward, I know that I can change the size of the stencil so I can make my composition fit the wall a little bit better. So that's it for this one. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I would love to make more videos using King Spray and the Oculus. So if there's questions you have or anything that I can help you with, I would love to do that. It really helps the channel for you guys to like and subscribe here on YouTube. And as always, ask yourself, what have I done today to help me live my dreams tomorrow? I'll see you guys on the next one.